Justin. It was all about Justin tonight on tonight's episode of Being Mary Jane, Season 4, Episode 15, Feeling #. Stay tuned right now.
You are tuned into Black Hollywood Lives. Justice is served.
This song, y'all.
A little SZA, The Weeknd.
Yes.
You know, Rocky said Mama was cheating tonight, and some people feel like this song is about cheating, so we felt it was appropriate. I mean,
well, she don't mind being the other woman, and that's what SZA was saying. She don't look.
Hey, it happened.
You know, in the past, 44 years ago, y'all.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
But she was getting ready, like she was just ready
She
today.
was getting ready.
She said, "Let me lose these pounds real quick because I'm cute."
No time is fast.
Keep it tight, keep it right. Hello, everybody. It is your favorite panel on a Tuesday night. Thank you for being here with us. It is the girls of the Being Mary Jane panel. My name is Tsahai, and you can find me on social media at Say Hi Tsahai.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lyons. You can find me on Twitter at Sarah Lioness, Lioness with a Y.
Hey y'all, it's Porchia Carter. You can find me on all social media platforms at Porchia Carter.
And my name is Raquel Harris. You can find me on all social media at Raquel Harris TV.
So, ladies, we started with MJ telling anyone who would listen about Justin possibly being a millionaire.
Yes.
Now, do you think she was gloating or she was suspicious about it? Or she was like, my man's a millionaire?
It's both. It's both.
Yeah.
Her man a millionaire. She trying to tell the world, and then she not trying to tell the world, and then she trying to figure out if it's really true and if it's legit.
Right.
Trying to make sure he, drug dealer, pushing nothing, but she still, she gloating.
Yes,
For
but
sure.
also how much is that, like, putting his private business out there?
Exactly.
Because I'm just thinking to myself, right?
You weren't supposed to
Look,
know,
that's
now
how
you're telling everyone else?
She
Right.
knew what to lure Kara back in with, though. She trying to get back on her good side. She give her some tea.
I mean, I just feel like you've already went through his home. You've already went back into stole something from his home,
Right.
And you went through all his documents in his home, in his
Exactly.
box. And I just feel like, no, it's just a lot. Like, you're
It's
doing
a
a lot,
lot.
and you're 40 something
Yes.
years old. Like, I just feel like,
But don't,
you ain't
it's
gotta
not
do it like
about
that. We're past
it's
this.
not about her age, because we know 20-somethings, teens would do the same thing. People
But
be
think
unlocking
that's
their
the
man's
point.
phones.
that's the point.
Like,
Like,
I'm
young
snooping, I'm
thing,
going
right?
through stuff, I'm looking everywhere.
but see, I'm saying, like, I just feel like you're at a certain point in your life. I mean, even when you're in your 20-somethings,
Right.
you're old enough and mature enough and wise enough to know that this is not okay to do.
Yes.
So I just feel like at your age,
hold on.
no, I'm just saying, girl, you
We would like to think that, but I think a
I
lot of
just,
times.
no, not just first of all, this is not your husband. He's not even
True.
nowhere
You
close to being your
right.
husband.
No.
Barely your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay,
People
there-
don't even know.
okay.
Like,
Hold on.
Who is Justin?
Ain't no barely.
Hashtag who
Okay,
is Justin.
so it's like you just pipe down just a little
Do
bit before you
better.
lose him, which is
Calm
what it
down.
seems like is going to happen
Girl.
next
we
week.
knew that was going to happen.
Okay.
Look, so I mean, she's a reporter, and privacy and things of that nature are supposed to be. She's supposed to understand that certain things have to be kept private. But
Yeah.
obviously, when it comes to Justin, her mind, she don't act right. She don't know what to do, how to
Ain't no act right.
Not at all.
goes
Not at
off.
all.
Ain't
Then we
no
got-
direction.
Right. So then we got her mama down in Atlanta jazzercising with the
She
leotard
picked
on.
up a $4 DVD and was like, "Look, I'm about to work it out some
Right.
way and work
Get
it on
them
this man."
set up
Look.
right and whatever.
Oh my God.
And in front of her husband.
And in front of her husband, who knows the situation? Like,
Hold on, she wasn't working out in front of him, though.
I mean,
That
she
would've
was
been
working
sexy.
out because she
Maybe
was
she should've
motivated,
been.
and she
Right.
said she was blaming it on the woman she saw at church. But we know
Because
the
you've been
real
ill for a
reason.
minute. Why are you trying to work out right now?
She suddenly got real healthy.
Okay.
she got real healthy, a lot of
she was
energy.
up there
She
sweating,
up,
moving, bending.
protein powder on everything, just
Chia
sprinkling it up.
seeds.
You bought you a membership at the gym. You said, "I'm turning my life around for this man."
No,
44
she
years
said,
later.
She knew
reclaiming
he
my
was in
time.
town.
Reclaiming my time.
Right.
That's what
Because
Mama
she
would
is
do.
Maxine.
Okay.
Reclaiming
Love
her time,
Messy.
reclaiming her man, reclaiming her body.
Girl.
No,
Reclaiming
everything.
that love.
So yeah, we see now that was my favorite part of this episode, seeing this interaction between Helen, her husband, and this guy Frank, who I guess was a mutual friend of everyone. I mean, you would think, like you were saying, people are older. You would think, oh, all that stuff is behind them. But
Yeah.
it's interesting to see these older people who are settled in a marriage. Helen obviously still had feelings for this
Yeah.
blast from the past.
I mean,
Oh, he lit a fire in her.
I just feel like that's fine, but you had your opportunity back
And that
then,
passed.
and that passed, and you decided to move forward with this man.
Yeah.
Don't go back and start hiding around like with this other guy
Right.
and trying to cook him meals and get right for him.
Thank you.
Your husband has been with you and has been faithful.
44
and,
years
And in the
ago.
first, maybe I think it was the first or second season when he was dancing with another woman or something like that.
She
She
was
got
mad.
jealous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, you
No.
she gotta go pray. Because sometimes I just think to myself, like, how do you can't judge
to
someone.
the altar.
No, you can't pass judgment like that. And then if you took vows, you need to be loyal to him and be faithful. And if there's something that you need to work out in your marriage, then work that out in counseling. Don't go
Right.
through another man. And on top of that, girl, what's gonna happen now?
What's
Well,
going
I
to
mean,
happen now?
Your
Thank
kids
you.
are grown, and it's
Yeah, like at
she
some point,
old.
isn't it too late?
Yeah, you can't go ahead and destroy everything that you have built all
No.
these years over a flame. But like she's brought up a good point. Mary Jane left the safe guy in Lee. And went for the
I'm not about
complicated
to
guy.
play with her.
Went for the complicated guy, Justin. So I mean, what do
Obviously,
you
she
do?
felt the same way, but
Right,
Frank.
like her mother felt the same way, and her mom feels like she went for the safe guy. But what
Yeah.
would you guys do? Would you go for the safe guy that you know is gonna, love you and treat you the way you want to be treated, or are you gonna go for the complicated guy that's gonna be exciting and keep you on your toes?
I mean, I think there is something to be said for someone that, like Mary Jane said, lights a fire in her. Like, you want to feel that passion, you want to feel that excitement, like, because I don't know, she didn't like Lee because he was safe and maybe boring, and
And he got too much back.
Hey, look, I've been told by
Yes,
my
that's a
first lady,
lot.
Sarah Jakes Roberts, don't settle for safe.
don't settle.
Don't
for
settle
safe.
for
Don't settle for safe.
But,
Right
but like you
now.
said, after, I mean, if she made that 44 years ago, if she made that decision to move on with her husband, like,
Yeah.
that's not fair to him.
Because I could have moved on.
Still have feelings for this guy, like, and it's his best friend too. Like,
Yeah.
But who said she still got
horrible.
feelings? Maybe she just needed a little close.
oh,
Why are
she
you coming to
clearly
his
still has
hotel,
feelings.
his hotel room at 10 p.m. at
Right.
night?
Okay,
when
you
knew
need a
that's
trench
past-
coat.
That's past.
She
Okay,
needs-
hair laid,
needs some closure.
new wig, everything, makake done.
Face
She is
on.
beat to the
Face,
gods and
okay.
said, "I am doing this at 10 p.m.
Yes.
at night, and no one's gonna stop me." And my husband does not
Yes.
know, still to this day. But I'm still trying to check up on my daughter in New York. Girl, get your life.
You know what it is? I think Helen, she
No.
it's funny how you can make a decision and you think you've done the right thing, and then someone can make you question that after
Yeah.
all those
After-
years. And I think
yes.
that's what happened with her. I think, she loves her husband, but seeing this person, remembering who she probably used to be when she was around him, she probably
Yeah.
was a different person. You know how you're different with different people? So she was just questioning all of that. But I feel deep in my heart, she's going to come back to her senses and understand that her man is the one for her.
She
I
will.
hope that way.
I guess
Her
I
man
just
is
feel
the
like,
one,
why
yes.
does it have to happen when he comes around? If you already have these
know.
feelings, like, either just get a divorce. I mean, because those are your two options.
Yeah.
Either
Hold
you
on.
stay.
Ain't no
Or talk
divorce.
about
They
it.
about oldest, I don't know what. They in
People,
they 70s.
live your
can get
happiness.
divorced.
Live your happiness if that's what you
At
want to
any
do. And
age.
if you're not content with where you are, then move on and let it be that. But
Yeah.
don't stray someone along, because that's what you've been doing for 44 years.
So Rocky giving these harsh ultimatums. Let me tell you something, Mama MJ.
Look.
You do your thing, girl. Look, I'm just playing. But look,
Just be a
don't be no
thought.
cheater though. Don't be
That's-
no thought out
Right.
here.
I think you know
But
what
I'm
it
just
is.
saying, you need clothes to get your
Yeah, and if you're in a
Lord.
relationship, like there's gonna always be temptation from
Yes,
the
of
outside
course.
that you have, whether it be an old flame, whether it be a new coworker, whether it be the cleaning lady or the nanny. There's always gonna be something making you question how
Where you at.
Yeah, what you're gonna do and how much you love your partner. So you're the one that has to be safe in your decision.
Unless you're
and
happy.
strong. Yeah.
See,
Unless
but
you're
I feel like
happy.
if you're happy, then you won't feel tempted. Like,
You'll have blinders
Yeah,
on.
I
Like,
feel
you
like
can
if
find
you-
someone attractive,
Right.
But that
Okay.
doesn't mean you
But
want
I'm not
anything to do
attracted
with them.
to you.
Yeah, I don't want to be with you.
right,
Like, okay.
exactly. Because I feel
I'm happy with my man.
exactly okay because he's keeping me content, so I don't need to
Yes.
look for anything else. I'm completely okay.
Right.
Like, but she's clearly not
Amen.
content. She's not happy, because otherwise you wouldn't seek for something else if that was
Yeah.
the case.
I think she's also just bored. She's in the house all the time. This is the most exciting thing that has happened
she's
to
been
her.
need to go
sick,
sign up for
like-
some classes, because
Something.
if you're bored, read a book, go
She
draw,
done sent
go
this woman to
skiing.
school.
Okay,
Join a
do
book club,
something. It's
Women's class.
Okay,
She
what
working
happened
out?
to that program? She is working out. Get you a program with your girlfriends
True.
and have something cute to do. Or
Right.
you
Be
know,
in MJ life. You know how
okay,
that
mentor
goes.
some kids. Wasn't that what you were
She's
doing?
in the fake
Busy
Jack and Jill
yourself.
program, so
I'm
she got
just
that.
a fake jacket.
But look, so speaking of class, Niecy's in school. Now, I knew she had a job, but I didn't know she was in school, too.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
she told Slutty and
I
Homegirl.
missed
She
that
like, I'm going
together.
to take these classes, but I want to come work for you when I got the spare time. You
Okay.
know? She told her that last
For the hair,
yeah,
like
she got
hair,
back in school.
like beauty
yeah.
school.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So,
Niecy is
So she
on
can
her
become her,
stuff.
you know,
I hope so.
cosmetology, get her cosmetology license, be on her business, because she about that money today. She ain't playing with it. She paying for her baby daddy, baby mama lights to be turned back on.
Okay.
Daddy, baby. Yes,
That's the
okay.
part. Rocky always talking about.
Yo, baby daddy, baby mama.
Look.
She not, she
Rocky,
She throwing that
you're always
cash.
talking about girl power and girls supporting each
I
other,
love
and that's
it.
what the beauty
Yes.
the beauty of this storyline is seeing these two women support each other.
Absolutely. And make
being
a
pre-
business.
Right. I mean, Niecy
Why
had all
did she
the
come up
ideas.
with these
All
ideas?
But my
Yeah,
thing is,
yeah.
did anyone think
Niecy, come
like,
get my life together.
what if somebody jacks her for that car seat, and then how's she gonna get her car seat back?
Look, let's think positive.
No,
Let's
they
put positive
probably
energy.
got like contracts and sign-ups and terms of agreement and stuff like that.
I don't think really.
Because, unless you're gonna call them and be like, hey, give me my car seat back.
True.
For $30.
I mean, I guess they working
Hey,
on the
for
honor
$30.
system.
But you can change
Run
your
up on
phone
them and
number,
take
like,
what's yours.
Maybe she takes a high
these people.
deposit. Maybe she takes a deposit, and it, like once you return it, you get a portion of the money. I don't know.
But it's also people like on Twitter like that follow her or she knows them like to start out. So
People,
maybe
I'm just saying, hey, look, maybe
you got to be
Hold
careful.
on, my
What's the first
thing
thing you
is
thought
you
about
gotta
that?
have your kids in the car to come pick up the car seat. So what they doing on the ride over?
girl, clearly they don't have a car seat if they're renting one.
Or maybe they're going to pick them up and then
Yeah.
take them to the destination, but still you'd have to take it back to Niecy and then where.
then
Right,
go
what you
somewhere.
doing?
Maybe leave the kids at home when you go pick up the car seat, and then the kids are, and then
We're
you.
gonna be in the writer's room.
Okay,
Okay,
so let's focus.
Who
Look,
watching the kids while you leaving the
the
kids
baby
at home to go pick
daddy
up the
or
car seat?
another baby mama, somebody to
Because
grab.
if you put
These
them in,
are all single-
if you put them in the
single
car to
women.
go get the car seat, they still without a car
So we
seat,
just
so it
gonna-
make no sense.
it's just a whole bunch of car seats.
Yeah, but look,
And
I mean,
$30.
I thought that was really good. Like, I'm not a parent, nobody here is a parent, but the fact that Niecy is meeting the needs of other single moms, I thought that was
Yeah.
a really,
Absolutely.
really smart
Yeah.
idea.
It's
That was
beautiful. And look, and then she teaching her how to like she teaching her how to like grow the business. She said, you know what? Anybody got some car seats? Let's cash them out. Bring them to us. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? She expanding the business and not just having it.
Right.
Like she know how to
Okay.
grow it.
The
She know how to
entrepreneurship.
start it, grow it, promote it. She on that. Like I need to get me together, girl. What I gotta do?
Look, reclaiming my
What I gotta do?
coins,
Oh
my
reclaiming my coins.
Right. Reclaim
That's
my student loans.
Right.
Amen.
Okay.
Now,
Hey,
I foresee, we've seen,
$50,000 I gotta pay.
I'm weak for
we've
it.
seen this relationship between Niecy and what's the girl's name? Mika. Like, they've been really cool, but I feel like, when money gets involved, it's gonna eventually be a problem. I don't know. I
Friends
just feel
and money.
Money
friends and
already
money don't
involved. She
mix.
done gave her
Friends.
money to turn her lights on. It's
Not
already
good.
involved. Niecy is generous with that portion, and then she's
Yes.
helping her out. I think what it is you know how I be. I gotta dig deep. Maybe homegirl may start booming and popping and making all this money, and Niecy gonna want a percentage, and homegirl ain't gonna want to give her a percentage.
That's what
and
I'm
then Niecy
saying.
gonna
I
want
feel
to
like
bring
it's
out,
gonna
like, but it was
some
my
beef.
idea.
And I see we have somebody in our live chat right now. Hi, Tsahai Robinson. Thank you for watching.
Hey.
So yeah, I think that it could eventually lead to a problem between
Yeah.
the two women. But on another girl empowerment tip, your girl Aaliyah was there this week.
I love Aaliyah.
Doing the dirty work for MJ, who
Yes.
wanted to find out more about where Justin is getting this money from. So
Yeah.
where do you guys think this money is coming from?
I think it's probably like family money, maybe.
Either
Embezzlement.
that,
I'm
like,
just playing, let me
like
stop.
old money or maybe money he saved up. Like
Yeah.
I mean, Justin is a businessman.
He
And
probably
he-
bought stocks.
And I feel like either that or he's just invested so much where he's like, look, I'm gonna make sure that I'm self-made and I'm taken care of.
Right.
Period. And my family is too for whenever I want to start one. But
That's
I
why
mean,
he act broke.
yes. And I
He
feel like
doesn't act broke.
I mean, he doesn't act. Well, he's frugal. He's
Okay.
very. He saves his money and he doesn't spend money on things that he doesn't really
Right.
need to.
Okay.
Like
That's
when
fair.
when she was
He's
trying to
smart
set him
with his
up.
finances.
When she was trying to set him up going to not the Hamptons but the other location.
Necker Island.
Yeah, and he's like, "Girl, what are you talking about?"
But
He like,
I like
that's
the
a bit
fact that he
much.
already knew how much that cost. He was like, wait a minute now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
needs to save his money.
Yeah, and I feel like that's an issue within the black community too. Is stop just putting all your money
He's
out there.
responsible.
Yeah, like let it cycle back around
Yeah.
and
Right.
invest in something so that you can collect collateral instead of just
But I think that's really good for
better say
MJ too,
that.
because you know what? I feel like I don't remember which season it was, but she was kind of like flaunting her money. She got her Tesla. She's like, "Hey, I can afford it. I can do it. I'm
Yes.
balling." She's like, "Is that necessary though?"
Right.
But that's always a person
That
that
Tesla.
that came from money. Typically, whenever you're born into money and you've had it your whole life, you don't really know how to act. You can clearly see that maybe either Justin has not come from money, where he's gotten to this point where he's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm holding on to all the money that I can, and I
Right.
know what it means to earn my money.
Yeah.
Whereas Mary Jane has had it her whole life, so she doesn't really know how to like.
She
like
takes it
with-
for granted.
Yeah, like with her brother. I mean, he's just doing anything to get fast money
Right.
because that's what he's used to. The same way with Niecy, she's spoiled, and it took her a long time to grow up because she's had it her whole life. So.
Yeah.
So do you think she was judging Lee because he was a comedian, he didn't have as much money as Justin, but do you think MJ was low-key judging him because of that? Because even though, they both have jobs, like Justin as a producer, she kind of knows how much money he's making.
Right.
Like on the same level.
Yeah, about
kinda.
on the same
I
level.
don't think she was judging him. I think her deal with Justin is just what it is. Justin lit a fire in her that Lee couldn't touch. Like, he couldn't even begin to light that flame. Like, he was loving and he was caring and he was nurturing and he was, you know, such a great guy. But MJ
Something
doesn't
was
like
missing.
great. She likes edgy. She likes complicated. She likes stuff that takes her to the edge. She likes
Sexy.
something that's going to combat her, like, going to fight back. She likes something that's edgy and that's going to, like, spark a flame.
Yeah.
She don't want nothing that's going to be subtle and
easy.
sweet and
Lee was
amazing
too easy.
and stuff like that, because she is complicated. She's a complicated woman and she has all of these different attributes about her that just throws her over the top.
Because
so she
she-
needs a relationship
And
that's
she
going to be
also
over
had
the
to
top.
like work for Justin to love her.
Yeah.
Whereas Lee loved
was-
her off the bat. And
Yeah.
sometimes
Off the
when you
bat.
get things a little too easy, you don't
Yeah.
appreciate it as
She
much.
likes to work hard.
I don't think she trusted his profession either. I
Yeah.
think, like, because it's
That's
such
real.
I got to get out there, I got to go to auditions, I have to just be an artist. Whereas her art is more liberal, like more traditional, where it's like, okay, I can go out and get a reporter job, I can go be a writer, blah, blah, blah.
She didn't like watching him no way.
I mean, whereas with being a comedian, you really have to put
You
yourself
gotta
out
hustle.
there. Yeah, it's a side job. I'm working retail. I'm working this, just to make ends meet, and then
Yeah.
I go to my show at night.
Right.
So I feel like I don't think she trusted that, and I don't think she was comfortable with knowing that it might all fall on her financially at some point. And on top of that, he also already has kids. He's already had his life without her experiencing that. And I know, like, for instance, what my mom has always told me is, get a man who has never had his life.
Okay, so
Like-
you're not trying to recreate a story.
Yeah,
that's already
you
been
don't want
written.
to have
to be
a
no
man.
stepmom.
Yeah, you don't want a man to have to relive everything twice. Like, you want his first time to be with you, because then he's gonna think about it the first time. I mean, maybe not for everybody, but
Right.
That's for me. That's what I want. So, future husband, if you're out there right now and you're listening, don't bring me
But
no
I mean,
ready-made stuff.
yeah.
Okay?
I mean, but MJ's also up there in age to where you're gonna meet guys who have families.
Everybody
Exactly.
in their 40s is going to
Right.
have
Yeah.
kids
Either-
at this.
or
Yeah.
divorced or
So you
something.
can't, right? So I'm sure she was a little bit more lenient with Lee, but I think she just wants this ideal life because she's an idealist and she knows what she wants within herself, and I respect that. But
Yeah.
MJ has to be a little bit more realistic in what she can get at this point in her life.
But I think
Dang,
that's
not what she can get though.
But I think that's
mean,
what
like
made
her
Justin
ex.
stand out, though, because he hasn't. Like, I mean, he had a girlfriend, but he doesn't have any kids and is never married. And he's very focused on his career, just like she is. Like,
Yeah.
they spend all their time together at work. She loves work. They're both about that.
Yeah,
So
it's
So-
perfect.
that's appealing.
We see Justin come back from, where was he, Vancouver, and you know, he was missing Mary Jane. He immediately comes to set where she's shooting, and then she is involved in this, you know, this protest between the police and the protesters about the school. I mean, he really claimed her. Here it is, she's screaming out his name.
girlfriend.
You know, they had the whole world knowing about the relationship, which was nice. Also, even though it's, to an extent, it's unprofessional to deal with somebody in your workplace, it's kind of nice to have somebody who understands what you do, doesn't judge you for the long hours, doesn't judge you for the hustle. And speaking of the hustle,
They spend them long hours together,
Exactly.
okay?
Sometimes
and
they
wake
not
up in the morning
working.
together. They go to bed together.
But that hustle that that flame that she liked about Justin, she felt that again when she was in the field. And that's something that she had been missing. So maybe, you know, dealing with Justin is kind of getting her to back who she used to be. you
She's
know?
a reporter at heart, and she
Right.
loves journalism. She loves hard news. So I think, and those types of issues matter to her, as they should matter to everyone. But I mean, unfortunately, that's what I hated to see was Danny ruining
Yes.
everything while she was out in the field, and she's trying to collect this story. And
Oh,
Danny's
this
just
girl, I'm
ruin-
so sick of her.
I'm sick of her too.
sick of
Like, and
her.
it's
Danny.
my thing is, as a journalist, you have a job to tell
Yeah.
the story. It doesn't matter what your how you feel about it. It's objective. It should
Yes.
not be
Right.
your opinion. So the fact
Exactly.
that you're trying to drive your agenda, like Kara was telling her, that's not your job.
You
Your
don't
job-
belong.
Right?
Yeah,
You say what we
that's-
tell you to say.
Exactly. This isn't PR. This is
Right.
journalism. So tell the story, and that's it. It doesn't matter how you feel about it, what you think is wrong or right. Tell the story. If he's lying, then you gotta do your job.
Right.
Period. Point
Tell
blank. And
all sides of the story, not just
and
what
that's
you want to hear.
And it's so dangerous, and which is why things like Charlottesville are happening now, because you
Right.
have so many different things or ideas that are going out into the world that are so wrong, and you have your own propaganda that you want to put out into the
Right.
world, and it's like, why I don't understand how we just have this cycle of news that's wrong, and it's just facts, or not facts, alternative facts
Right.
Yeah.
that are going out into the world, and it's like, this isn't what's really happening. And if people really just took the time out to read and educate themselves and enlighten themselves, it would be just Oh, it'd be
But
just
it's
a
also
different
hard to
story.
know who to trust, what
Yeah.
sources, because even like if we
Exactly.
watch the news here versus watching the news in another country, what we'll see is different information
Right.
as well. So it's hard to,
Yeah.
especially with so many news outlets and so many sources. You get your news on Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook. It's like who do you trust
Who do you
now?
trust?
Hey,
Well, it's
videos
hard,
don't
honey.
lie. You see when the cops when he started doing what he was doing to the kids, she like,
Right.
get that. She put the camera on
Yeah.
them. Like, videos do not lie. So that's why
Exactly.
she was on that. And that's what people are doing now. They're just capturing footage just to make sure, okay, I'm telling you what I'm going to tell you, but you need to
You
see
can
this footage
see it
to
for
back me
yourself.
up because
Yeah.
y'all see what's going on. Like, y'all see all this happening.
What I found interesting is that we're seeing the importance of social media, but how MJ is just a step behind, because here it is, Danny was immediately on social media getting her point across, where MJ was like, how did she do that? And I'm like, girl, get up to speed. You got all these young
Live?
people around you. It's right. Like, press the button, learn something. So that frustrates me to see her like one step behind Danny in this game. And it's like,
Yeah.
you should be two steps
We
ahead.
got some more people in the live chat.
Oh, stop. Okay, Afro
Lee was
Angola said,
boring.
I don't like what they are doing to MJ's character. She is acting like a petty teenage girl in this new season.
Oh,
At
wow.
40 years of age, you would think she would be doing things differently. Okay.
Girl, retweet. We
Okay,
agree.
Afro Angola.
Look, Muriel feels like Lee was boring. Okay, guys,
Yeah.
fine.
Wait, what?
Muriel feels like Lee was boring.
Lee
and
was boring.
to complete Afro Angola's message, it says doing things differently and not making the same mistakes over and over again.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I agree, because I just felt like Mary Jane, we had seen her do foolish things like this before. She's in a new city, like grow up, like, I don't know. I just
When
needed
does it
to-
get tired?
But I
When
don't
does
think
it get
I don't
tired?
think
Get
in
tired
this
of it.
episode I don't think this story was, even though she loves hard news and she loves hard hitting, I don't think this story was necessarily going back to her old ways, but it was just putting light on things that matter. You know?
when I said going back to her old ways, I mean it just sparked that energy in her again
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of focus
To
on
be a reporter.
Yeah,
Yes.
and to focus on political stories
Yeah.
as opposed to, like
'Cause
Kara
when-
was saying, fluff
yeah.
pieces. Speaking of Kara, she's still recovering from the death of her
Yeah.
father, which
Yes,
is so
sad.
sad.
I mean, I don't think you ever recover from
Yeah.
losing a parent. I mean,
Right.
that's just like, I can't even imagine. I don't
Remember
even-
he was in last season
Yeah.
trying to sell the house and she wasn't going.
And then some people were asking, that picture that she got was of her dad and her sons, and some people in the comments a few weeks ago were like, what happened to her sons? Like,
Right.
we haven't seen them in
She
a
just
minute.
That's
living
what I
life in
said.
New York, you know.
I guess.
Hey,
so.
but they DM in Orlando though.
I know, and Orlando's
Yes.
gone, so she ain't got her boo there. I think.
But also, sorry.
no,
go on.
no, you go.
Oh,
Sarah.
I was gonna say
You know what?
another thing with Kara is that Justin is growing on her, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the
I-
girlfriend line.
Oh, and then she heard that. Because let me tell y'all how I felt about this girlfriend line. When he was like, that's my girlfriend, I gotta go save her. I was just like, oh my God, I wish a man would do that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know, Justin.
But
he's
and Kara
cool.
felt like that too. Like, oh my God, he said that's my girlfriend. Like, Kara is listening to that. Like, that's my girlfriend line. Like, first of all, you claiming my friend, you going after her, you pushing past the police. You don't care what they saying. He jumping over cars and stuff. He like, no, I'm gonna go get her.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure
Any
she's
cars,
good.
Porchia.
I mean,
Oh, I made that
Justin,
up.
he did
I exaggerated.
claim her a little bit. I mean, I'm not.
Okay, I exaggerated a little bit.
He impressed me a little
I
bit.
thought that scene was a tad
was about to
dramatic.
go get her,
A
okay?
bit dramatic, yes,
The
but
crowd was small. All right, just walk
Yes.
away, Mary Jane. You don't stuck
That's
on there.
what I said.
Look,
She
they kept
like-
on throwing
she
people in front of the
could've pushed her
camera
way
to
out.
get
Yeah,
past.
so stuck. Like just
throw them
turn
bows.
around.
You from Atlanta?
Right, they kept on putting people in front of the camera to try to get past. You know,
And it was kids. But I mean, there was some big kids.
Yeah.
they was
So,
hard. They
school.
was
and she
harder than
probably like,
MJ.
look, I done already got into a car crash. My
Right,
face has
I'm
been messed
true.
up. She's like, look, I ain't got time for none of them.
True.
And I mean, and on top of that, they should have other people down there with her since she is the anchor of
Exactly.
GD. That's
She
what I
had
would-
her man. That's
They
what
had-
she
they had
needed.
probably had the
Let me
cameraman.
stop.
I would have been like, somebody get somebody down here.
Right. They had
I
the
need some
cameraman, the
backup,
producer,
right.
and her. Yeah. But I mean, I was
For real.
impressed by Justin a little bit. I'm not saying I'm totally swayed, but I did see more sincerity in him, especially like in the bedroom scene when she came out in her lingerie, girl.
She loves some lingerie, and I live for it.
You
I'm
know
like,
what?
Gabby, you better.
Show
Okay,
what
better.
40 looks
She
like,
wasn't
okay?
playing.
Okay.
Because I
She
mean,
looks
some people
amazing.
don't look like that, you know, at
In their
15.
20s.
Ever. We'll never see that, okay?
Ever in
Is
life.
she real 40 though?
Yes.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
like 43.
Yeah,
In
so
real life?
looking
Oh wow.
fierce
Yeah,
and
she's like over
fabulous.
40.
So,
That's
but it was
crazy.
nice to see Justin be sincere towards
He
her. It's like he
was.
softened a little bit, and that part where he said said to Kara, you know, if Garrett says anything about the story, I got your back. I was like, okay, Justin.
Because he knows this is his girl's
like
best friend.
She's
Right.
gonna ruin it.
Who,
Who's
MJ?
gonna work?
Yeah, she's gonna ruin
Going
it.
into next week.
Oh my god!
I know, unfortunately. No, I'm not gonna do predictions yet.
Let's
Okay.
not
I
foreshadow.
honestly
Let's
was
not foreshadow
impressed.
that right now.
I honestly wasn't
don't
impressed
wanna-
at how
I don't
she
wanna
was
be
like
sad.
holding back a little bit when after him with the hashtag who is Justin. Like I feel like she could have pushed that a little more.
What do you mean?
Like when Justin was, she knew that he'd be uncomfortable with it.
Okay.
So she was asking him like, oh, should we go out separate doors? Should we do this? Like, what's wrong? Like instead of just pushing it on him, like all of a sudden like taking pictures of him or whatever.
She's
I
so
feel
thirsty.
No, but I feel like she kind of. You don't think she held back a little bit? in this
Oh, like she
episode?
was being a little considerate
Yeah.
of Justin. Yeah, in that moment, yes,
At that
I think
point,
she
you
was
need to
because she
be.
gave him
Yeah.
the option of, okay, we can either do this or that. What would you like to do? Because we know she want to just be out in the streets.
This is
Once-
my man, y'all.
Right,
See,
girl.
the thing about that is, like, they're just starting a relationship. And when you're just starting a relationship,
You can't
you
push
don't
it.
have the security to be tainted by the public eye just yet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because once the public get into your business, all types
It's
of
too
haywire
much.
I
goes.
just don't want everybody
All
in my
types of stuff
business.
just
Right.
Hello.
happens.
Like,
You know what I'm
respect
saying?
his wants
So
for
if they don't
privacy.
have that security, you know, to actually be in the public eye, then they're not ready. And that's what he was trying to tell her. Like, you know what? I'm not ready for this because we already, you know, we just got open wounds from getting sent away from each
Well,
other
also,
because we announced it to
the office
You
The
over
office,
here
you know?
snooping in his stuff. There's obviously still a lot of things you don't
Insecurity.
know about him,
Yeah.
much less that the public needs to know. So
Okay.
maybe y'all need to
Right.
focus on learning about each other still
Yeah.
because things happen
Exactly.
so quickly.
But then it could be a turn for Aaliyah, like good PR, because people don't feel like they can relate to her. So now they feel like they can relate to her.
They get a look into her
Yeah.
private life.
Because
Oh, she
remember
has a
when they had that
man.
issue, like that MJ wasn't relatable
Right.
before, and so now she's becoming relatable because like, oh, we know about her boyfriend, and it's
Right,
cute,
and she had
stuff
that
like
little party. So.
Right.
The
And-
party was all about Danny.
But MJ threw it. So the intention initially was to make it work for MJ, but then she had to
Danny
leave
got
because
in
of Kara.
all the pictures.
I mean,
She was in front in all of them.
Yes.
Hey, how y'all
Danny's not
doing?
stupid.
Get me.
Yeah.
Danny's smart,
She's
and
such a
MJ
media
needs to,
queen.
and like you said, MJ she just keeps failing. Like it's like, come on now, like
She needs to keep up.
yeah, she needs to keep up, especially because you know Danny is a millennial. She's fresh. She's
Right.
She's what the majority of the country
That
agrees
girl
with.
ain't got no home training though. I'm sick of her.
She's
I want to fight her.
outspoken.
Where was Garrett when she was not listening
Garrett
to
ain't
Kara?
in this episode.
I know.
And
I'm
some
just
people were
like-
happy about that.
I
They were
was
like,
too.
I'm happy not to
Oh,
see Garrett.
you don't like
Garrett
Garrett.
probably
Yeah.
with his new boo thing that he met last
Okay,
week.
and right,
Oh my god.
in the Hamptons.
Okay.
Hilarious.
The
my
smiling
God.
booty. Okay.
So let's go into predictions. Like, what do you guys think is going to happen next week? We saw that MJ and what's his name?
up.
Justin's gonna have some problems. Justin
You
talking
know
about
the
he going to
man's
Paris.
I just feel like
Forgot.
MJ's so juiced so early, and she just be looking so like wet behind the ears to me sometimes.
Yeah,
like she just looks
exactly.
like she does. Like it's like, girl, you've had a man before.
Yeah.
Right.
She takes everything to the max.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you pushing this on? And you already know that Justin's a super private, reserved person
Right.
as it is. So the fact that he's stepping outside of his comfort zone should be enough.
Yeah.
To be even to be.
Stop there.
But you putting dog filters on. You're just Snapchatting it up.
And
And
that dog filter is so cute.
it's
though.
abrasive and it's
It is.
childish.
Yeah.
It's like, how old
She
are you?
never had that before though.
But okay.
She's
Takes-
with someone who still doesn't want it.
And my thing is too, if I were Justin, I wouldn't want to be noticed or like known who I was, because what if I'm trying to get a story and it's like, oh,
Well, that's what he said. He said it takes
Yeah, he
how
like, I'm
many
a
years to
journalist.
build a reputation in
Yeah.
5 minutes
To ruin it.
And
So-
I don't want to
she's
be that
risking it.
guy who's like, oh, all over your Instagram,
Right.
all over
Yeah.
Snapchat. Like, this
We're
is
not-
goofy.
Right. He like, I'm a real journalist. I create the news. I don't become the news.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that all
Exactly.
that matters, like, he's claimed you. You guys are together. You know you're in this relationship. That's
Right.
all. Like, you don't need to show the world.
yeah, and
Like,
just be happy amongst yourself.
Yes.
And then less problems.
Be private.
too.
Yes.
And
No one
then
needs to know.
the thing is, Danny is focused on the job, and that's why she's doing all this extra stuff to make moves and make herself, a face within the company. MJ is over here focused a little bit on the job and a lot on Justin,
And it also
and that's wrong.
Exactly. And the fact is that Danny
She
is
gotta get her focus together.
Danny's younger, and she's already at the same spot that MJ is in. When
Right.
she's worked
With
so
less
hard.
with less work and
Yes,
less
with
experience.
no
She
work.
didn't go to school for it. She
Nothing.
dang near didn't get a college degree. She on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube making videos at her house, got pulled in, and now she up there with her when MJ has worked hard. She done went from
Years.
CNN
Yeah.
to
To be a-
SEC to
a general assignment reporter to being anchor within what 10 12 years, and
Hello.
she gets it right there. And
Yeah,
it's like
you're
You're already in your seat.
But that's exactly, and that's
Yeah.
the privilege that shows with who Danny is, and you're sleeping thinking about Justin and all these dudes that don't even matter, and your spot is getting taken right in front of you. Like
Yep.
it's like,
by somebody who didn't do the work.
okay, and you don't know who Justin is. Justin could be a serial killer with all
Right.
that money. He could be a hitman
Exactly.
Right.
They
And
haven't
you-
taken the time to know each other yet.
at
so
all, and it's like I just don't.
They
like,
know each other's bodies.
That's it.
and like, and she's
Biblically.
talking to Kara. We might be married to $30 million. Who? Okay,
Girl, just
talking about
Kara
that?
is set. You need to get yourself together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Kara and her
relationship
man
ain't
basically
secure.
live
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
You and
no,
Justin.
Kara's-
Justin, we ain't never seen Justin's house. Just like somebody
we
said,
did.
we've never
Briefly.
seen.
Oh yeah, we did.
When?
Remember
When she snuck
when
in.
she got the code and she got
Oh,
the
yeah,
code.
when she got
that
the
military
Okay, fine,
police
stole
fine,
that box,
fine.
girl.
We saw Justin's house that one time.
We didn't
Okay,
see
fine.
nothing. We
But
saw a
has
glimpse.
she slept over? Oh well, I guess it was alluded
I
to
saw it.
that they slept
Yeah, because he was
over.
like, I think you remember where the bedroom.
Okay, fine.
But she got a car that was waiting outside for her the next morning, so she didn't see nothing.
Right.
She saw that bed.
Right.
That's what Justin.
She saw the bed, the closet, the drawers, the under
And
the
them
bed.
drawers.
But Justin
Right.
is very strategic. He's like, I will let you
Yes.
in as much as I want to.
That's what I was going to
Exactly.
say. He shows her what he wants her to see. He
Yes.
hasn't shown her a lot, and that's why she's still suspicious, snooping around. But
But
that's
it's
her
early
fault.
still, though. It's not like, oh, we're together. Welcome to my whole life.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
Okay, so that's a
It
good
takes
question.
time.
When you meet someone in the beginning, do you feel like you should lay all the cards on the table or tell them a little bit as you get to
Well,
trust
what's
them?
the
I
card?
mean, first of all,
Yeah.
You got
there's no
kids? Have you
such
been
thing-
married?
Like number of partners,
No.
who, what, where, when.
I don't think it really
things
I
like
don't
How
think
many
that's
partners?
important.
Yeah.
The past is the past. Like once you free from all that, you free. Like forget the former things. We press forward.
Yeah,
We
if
towards
there's
the
any
market, I
present
call it.
baggage.
I want to know what you. I mean, it just depends. I want to know what your sexual orientation is. I want to know.
Okay.
I want to know. Do you have kids? I want
Right.
to know. Have you been married?
Yeah,
I
those
want to
are
know
key.
what your educational background is. I want to know if you're financially stable.
It takes time
Do
to
you
get
have a
to know
job?
people. You don't want to rush that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to be patient in getting to know someone. You got to take it one day at a time, one moment at a time, 1 second at a time. You don't have to just run and rush everything and put it all out there on the table because
Yeah.
then it's so much information you can't even take in. And now y'all got problems because all these insecurities are all out and you just don't know what to do with it. You
Right.
actually take your time. You invest in each other. You get to know behind each other's identities, insecurities, the walls built, the barriers built around your heart. You ease your way in. You don't just force your way in because all the forcing and the moving so fast
Right.
creates catastrophe.
So
I
do you
just wanna
think,
know.
like, right? Do you think Justin and MJ? I guess they're officially boyfriend and girlfriend now.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said.
he
He
said,
said.
I
I
mean,
mean,
girlfriend
but
here.
do you think she even considered him, like, knew that he was claiming her as his girlfriend
No, that
until
was
that
probably
time?
that was
I-
probably new.
I think it's kind of like when you hear, someone that they love you, but you don't know it until they say it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that moment where I guess that was his moment where he was like, "That's my girlfriend."
That was.
It's so lame. I don't know. Girlfriend and boyfriend just sound so lame now. At this point, like,
No,
oh,
for
that's my
real.
girlfriend.
Right, we grown. Like that's my woman.
That's my
But
man.
how do you
That's my
know
man.
when somebody's your girlfriend or boyfriend? Like, do you guys sit down
You
and have a
tell me.
conversation?
I want you to tell
Right.
me.
Yeah.
We need
no,
some
because otherwise you're stuck in a
clarification.
situationship
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, we're together. Oh, we're not.
Okay,
Okay,
because
no.
situationship is the thing.
That's
of,
the
of
thing
our
now.
lives
That is
now.
And
the
I'm
thing.
so sick of it. You either gonna ask me to be your girl or it ain't none of
But
that.
it's such a
okay?
thing now.
It
Oh
is.
my
It is such
God.
a. It's a
thing.
way
It's
of
like,
life.
oh, but we like each
actually.
other. Let's just see where it goes. Like, but where are we going?
Don't rush things.
Right.
Right.
She
Unless
said,
you live in the
"Let's
south of the
Slow,
Midwest.
Let's do
I would
this.
say.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, yes, you are my
I'm
girlfriend.
good. You're marrying me tomorrow.
Right.
Like that type of thing. But I mean, I feel like where we are in our lives, if your career is your focal point, then situationships are sometimes better for
Yeah,
you.
it's
Yeah.
like we're enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, live your life. I don't think there's anything
don't
wrong with the
need none of
situation. I don't think there's anything wrong with the situationship if the two people in the
Agree.
situationship agree to it.
Yes.
If that's what you want and
But
that's
that
what
rarely happens.
right.
I know. One person be thinking they go together, and then the other
Other
person be
person's
like,
like, but we're
nah.
not
And so
committed.
y'all, one-sided relationships are so detrimental to our emotions, especially as
is.
women. When you're in a one-sided relationship, when the guy don't feel how you feel about him, it's just like you're putting your all in and all this stuff, and then you set yourself up to get hurt and abused
Yes.
because you got all these feelings and emotions in there, and you thinking he feel this way about you, and he don't feel none of that. So
Preach,
then when it all
Porchia,
comes
preach.
down to it, and he hurt you, and he gone with the wind, you just like, what
But you
happened? I
know
thought it
what,
was this.
ladies?
But those are the
out.
imaginations you set up in your mind because you were in a one-sided relationship the whole time. He didn't even know.
But you know what? We gonna pray on it. We gonna hope MJ and Lee.
For real.
I mean, not Lee, Justin. Hopefully things work out. But I feel like MJ's strong, and she needs something to kind of shake her. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this whole Justin
leaving
and going to Paris.
Focus on your career.
It's gonna force her to do that, and then she's gonna be having to reevaluate what she wants again. But she's bounced back before, ladies, and she gonna bounce back again. Okay, so
Right.
I believe my girl.
MJ with the bounce back. I believe in
Yes,
you, girl.
you know, she's a strong woman. She's independent. She knows what she wants, but she still has some learning to do, and that means she still has room to grow because she's not perfect. I mean, yes, I know
She got
40.
some brokenness, she got some hurt, but we believe you gonna bounce back.
That's
girl. You
right,
got this.
MJ.
Without
I
a
believe in
man.
you.
Without a man.
It is.
Dang,
Yeah.
Rocky.
No, I mean, but
She
that's,
be doing her dirty.
I'm just being real with y'all.
You right.
Next week, she's not gonna have no man. He going to Paris.
Yeah.
I know.
And it's because you're pushing him away.
Yeah.
Like,
Doing
stop
too
being
much.
aggy.
Let us get to
Yeah.
next week first.
yes.
Damn.
Look,
Oh, wait. So we got your prediction.
Yes.
Did we really get your prediction for next week?
Okay, so my prediction, I just, I feel like, I don't know, y'all. I'm hoping for the best, but I do feel like, Mama MJ and her old fling, it's gonna be some conflict with that whole thing, and I feel like, Papa MJ, he gonna have some issues with her. He gonna find out he went to go see him, and she gonna think she probably slept with him and all this other stuff. I believe, Niecy about to be up and popping with this money and this
empire.
these investments that she got going on, this building. She about to be running Atlanta, and then I really believe that Danny is about to be on some other stuff.
She needs to go.
And I really want her to go. I really want MJ to beat her up.
Okay.
Let's not act like that.
What do you
Don't
think's
act
gonna
like
happen
that,
next
MJ.
week?
I do think Justin is definitely going to leave. But we knew that was going to happen because she and Justin were too happy.
That's sad.
So there has to be drama. So bye, Justin. But MJ, she's just doing too much with the social media. This is bothering him. Why are you
Yeah.
still doing it?
Weirdo.
So that's going to end. I want to see... I like the fact that Kara's kind of... Justin's growing on Kara. I want to see their friendship come back and have girl talk and everything. And yeah, with Mama MJ, call her that. What is her name?
Helen.
Helen.
Hey, let's trademark that. I
Helen
did that,
and her
Mama
husband,
MJ.
there's trouble at home. She needs to figure out what she wants, and I think
said
her
there's trouble at home.
husband is just. I think he's gonna be over it.
Yeah, I think he's already suspicious. He's like, nope, I told him not to come here because I know how you gonna act. Homegirl was already cooking
Cooking
food,
up a feast.
stirring the pots, literally.
And she was happy too.
Okay, in her off the shoulder
Disappointed
outfit.
that she wasn't
She
gonna
was
have her.
like, Kia, I'm making this for
Look,
my
it was
boo."
very interesting to see that. But I also think I'm excited to see what Niecy does. It's really nice to see her focus. She's getting to work on time. She's helping out
Making
her
that
girls.
money.
She's being an entrepreneur. MJ, I think she's gonna fall out when she hears Justin is going to Paris, and she's
I'ma
not
fall
gonna
out.
know what to do with herself.
Oh my God.
But hopefully, Kara will be there to pick her back up and set her straight. So,
Yes, Kara.
as we wrap things up, I want to thank all our, everyone who writes in every week, Casey Case and E. Starkey, for continuing to write and support us. Thank you so much. My name is Tsahai. You can find me on social media at Say Hi Tsahai. And where can they find you?
And I'm Sarah again, and you can find me on Twitter at Sarah Lyons with a Y.
And I'm Porchia. Y'all can find me on all social media at Porchia Carter. Thank y'all so much for watching. We love y'all.
And I'm Raquel Harris. You can find me on all social media at Raquel Harris TV. See you guys next time.
Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.